Hello there guys, what's up? Son of Chelsea here for the first of, I guess you could call it Chelsea headlines or Chelsea news. Basically, in this kind of news series, I kind of want to come on here every day, give you the latest headlines, the latest news. It'll probably be a short, maybe at most 5-minute video where I just discuss the news of the day in reflection of the game yesterday against Manchester United. All the post-match from a Chelsea perspective was on, once again, John Terry and his contract situation. Now, in his post-match interview with Jeff Shreves on Sky Sports, he did say that there is no communication between him and the club at the moment, although he does want to stay. Now, I feel this is quite, in a sense, maybe the word's a little bit too strong, but terrifying in a way that our club is not communicating with our captain at the moment in any sense. Now, we've heard many people come out and give their opinions on whether it was right for John Terry to come out and like air this news last week against MK Dons, whether it was the right thing for him to do. Did he put the club in a bad situation? Should he have waited? Now, I've expressed my opinion on this channel, and I'm sure I'm going to express more opinions because this saga clearly isn't going away. And, you know, I think the majority of Chelsea fans, and actually the majority of people outside the club as well that I've listened to, think that John Terry probably should get another contract extension, simply on the basis, if you take away all the emotion of it, is he's simply still our best defender. He got man of the match from Sky Sports. Now, whether he got that because they wanted to speak to him after, I don't know. But he is still our best defender at the club, and I think that's even more of a reason. And it's worrying to me that the club have had no communication with John. The way he was speaking in that interview leads me to believe that he isn't happy, of course, over the situation. And it leads me to believe that it's just going to create a worse situation for the board. The board, whether John Terry's speaking the truth or not, or whether John Terry was right to do it or not, it builds up this perception of the board who are not communicating with Chelsea, one of Chelsea's greats, the captain, the leader, the legend, as we call him. And I feel that overall it's a sticky situation for the board right now, and I think John's put them in a situation where they have to make a decision. They put them on the back foot. We did hear the reports last week that apparently the Chelsea board were surprised by our Chelsea fans' kind of reaction to the news, which is as well quite surprising. It's just, for me, surprising how out of depth the Chelsea board are. I think that's one of the things that people were saying, how I'm not going to say clueless, but how far away they are from the opinions of the fans and the way we feel as a fan base towards John Terry and also other situations within the club. Moving on from that, talking about Kurt Zouma's injury yesterday, which I have to say didn't look like a good one, especially for a player who we all admire and we're all looking to be hopefully one of the best players in the world in a few years, you know, and really a bright youngster in European football, in my opinion, especially in defence. I think he's been brilliant for Chelsea this season. In a poor season, I think he really has stood out and made himself a first-team regular, but it doesn't look like a good injury. It looks like he's going to be out for about 6 months. That's at least expected. People keep on posting these screenshots of his injury. I'm not going to do that to you right now, but let me tell you, it's gruesome, and I think most of you probably have seen the landing. When I first saw it, even in the East Upper, it didn't look good, and the screams from him, I think, just make it even worse. So it's a very unfortunate situation when any player has to suffer through that, especially a young player developing like him, and it's something that's very disappointing because considering how bright he's been. And lastly was kind of a nice story about Juan Mata, of course, former Chelsea player, coming back to the bridge with Manchester United yesterday. Got a big standing ovation from the Chelsea crowd as he came off. And a class man, a class player. I always have fond memories of Juan Mata at Chelsea. He was involved in Munich, and I think any player that was involved in that night, I think we all have fond memories of. And I think one thing that's someone said to me, it's very typical of Chelsea fans, and Chelsea fans get a lot of stick, we know that, but I think one thing you can't give us stick for is the way we treat players who come back to the club. Petr Cech, of course, a legend. Lampard, when he came back, legend as well. But Juan Mata, to a lesser extent, who's gone to Manchester United and a rival in a sense, and the way it kind of ended at Chelsea wasn't kind of the right way. But I think the way we appreciate Mata, I think I always remember him very fondly for his time at Chelsea. It's a shame the way it did end, but at the same time, he's a great player, great man, and it was also great to see that he basically embraced every Chelsea player as he came off. He done that the last time he was at the bridge, so clearly still has very positive feelings towards Chelsea, as he expressed in his post-match interview. But hey, Juan Mata, always going to be remembered for that night in Munich, that ball into Drogba, and as well that season, and much more what he did for Chelsea, because over that 2 or 3 year period, he was one of Chelsea's best players. So definitely Juan Mata, always positive memories of him at Chelsea. So that has been it, guys, for this edition of kind of your daily hit. I'm still trying to think of a name for it. Guys, in the comments below, let me know a name for it. I'm thinking of maybe Daily Blue Headlines, Chelsea headlines. I don't know. You'll see the title and maybe we'll stick to that. If you've got a better title, appropriate, please leave it in the comments below, guys. But make sure, guys, to drop a like if you did enjoy this and would like to see more of this daily Chelsea news coming to you on Son of Chelsea. Thank you, guys, so much for watching this video. Follow me on Twitter at Son of Chelsea, and I'll see you again. Another goal conceded from a low cross into the box that Jesse Lingard put away. Another thing as well about that, United have a faith in youth. We don't, at this club, we don't put enough emphasis in youth, and I think that was shown today. Jesse Lingard scores a goal in a massive game. Also, you had Bothwick Jackson on the pitch, but that's kind of a side note. We were lucky, I thought, to get the late equaliser through Diego Costa, which in some cases you could say maybe was on the cards. We were pressing them back.